Hello boys and girls, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to do something slightly different. It's not going to be a makeup tutorial, as much as I love makeup. I will be coming back and the next one will be a bridal makeup tutorial. However, I think it's really important when talking about makeup that we talk about skincare too, because that is just as important as putting our makeup on and feeling confident. So I'm going to go through different acids, all those big long names that are really confusing, basically break it down what they are and how they actually help our skin. I'm going to be doing other actives in skincare that, you know, when you hear the word you might think, oh my god, what even is that? And basically what you can use and what you can't use also, because sometimes if you mix certain products it can be irritating to the skin. So I've got my notes with me. I've made notes for today, so if I look down, that is why. I'm not being ignorant. So we're going to be talking AHAs and BHAs first. What are they? So we'll start with AHAs, which stands for alpha hydroxy acids. And these are a group of acids that are derived from plants and animals. And you can find them in products such as toners, serums, creams. You know, you can find them pretty much in any skincare product, or in a more potent product such as peels and stuff like that, which I'll get to later. Why are they good for our skin? So, using AHAs is basically, they're like exfoliating for the skin, so they will get rid of all our clogged pores. They can reduce the size of your pores to make them look smaller. Let me just look at my notes. I have got this down, and really good for helping with acne and acne scarring in particular, which, as you can see from my face, I do suffer with acne. I've been doing my skincare routine for about a month now, so I do think you need at least a good 10-12 weeks to start seeing the effects, but I am already starting to see the effects, which is good, but I'll talk about that a bit later. So we know why AHAs are good for the skin. So examples of AHAs and what they actually do. Citric acid, which, you know, is more is one of the common ones that we've probably heard of, but this is actually what citric acid does. So I'm just referring to my notes again, sorry. Obviously it's present in citrus fruits, so example oranges, you know, the most sort of popular one. It exfoliates, obviously AHA, unclogs pores, targets skin hydrating support matrix, and it reduces wrinkles, and it's very well known for brightening the skin and smoothing the skin. It's very, very good for if you have dark spots or dark under eyes, hyperpigmentation, all that kind of stuff. Really, really good for, and that is citric acid. So you'll probably see that on a vitamin C product on the ingredients list. The next AHA that I want to go is glycolic acid. This is one of my favourites. Now, it sounds awful, acid in skin, you automatically think of, oh my god, it's going to dissolve my skin. It won't. These are safe to use on the skin. I just want to add that, so for anyone panicking, please don't. So glycolic acid, and that comes from sugarcane, and it's very, very good for acne. I'm actually wanting to invest in a glycolic acid toner, which I'm going to buy at the weekend, so I will show you guys when I get that, because I don't actually use it at the moment, and I use a lot of other actives, so because I suffer with acne, I'm definitely going to give the glycolic acid a go. But anyway, it's good for acne, exfoliating, and the best thing about it, it's safe for all skin types. So if you're sensitive and thinking, oh, I don't want to put an acid on there, I don't, you know, want to exfoliate too much and irritate my skin, glycolic acid is safe to use for all skin types. It's anti-aging, which, you know, who doesn't want to be anti-aged? I know I do. And then the last example that I've got of an AHA, there are loads, I'm just sort of doing the main ones, is lactic acid, which again, you've probably heard of actually, is present in dairy and fermented veg. So if you are using it on the skin and you want to get a bit of a boost, eat them kinds of foods. So they do contain lactic acid. It increases cell turnover and it eliminates accumulated dead skin. So basically it's going to take all the dead skin off your face, which then makes room for this new, beautiful, bright skin to come through. So it's really good for that. 12% solutions. So the higher percentages, we'll get onto percentages in a minute. So basically with the percentages, if you buy a product, say it's a face wash and it contains 10% lactic acid. So obviously that means it has the 10% of the lactic acid in the product, and it's saying that basically if you use over 12%, that can actually also help with, along with the other things that lactic acid helps with, smooth and firm the skin as well. So if you are looking for that, then maybe go with a product that is 12% and over. So as a summary for AHAs, I've got my little notes here. Look, I've been busy today, guys. Overall, it's for exfoliation of the skin, very good for oily, like me, and acne prone. It's good for brightening, so any dark circles, dark spots, plumping, smoothing, reducing wrinkles, discoloration, and treating and preventing acne. So that is alpha hydroxy acids. Now we're going to go into beta hydroxy acids, BHAs, and they are organic compounds containing carboxylic acid. Types of BHAs, what do they do? I'm a big BHA fan, especially one in particular which I will be getting to. So my favourite one, salicylic acid, is an absolute must for people who are struggling with acne and acne scarring. It's exfoliating, it decreases redness and swelling, so it's got an anti-inflammatory type property, and it reduces acne and clears pores. I would say this is probably the most common acid used for acne treatment. You'll see quite a lot of salicylic serums, salicylic washes that are promoted for people with acne. I've been using salicylic acid for about 4 or 5 weeks, and I will say I have noticed a difference. Obviously my acne isn't going to go away overnight, but I don't get so much red angry spots. They are drying and they are disappearing. I don't know if you can see. I get them around here, very hormonal acne, but it is reducing slightly. Like I said, don't just buy a product and use it for a few weeks and say it isn't working. I would say you've got to give it at least 3 months. Really stick with it, strict routine. If you don't use it like it says, it isn't going to work. So always read MFIs, manufacturer's instructions, for the best results. So that's salicylic acid. And then we've got tropic acid, which sounds very tropical. And it's oil soluble, meaning it's able to exfoliate both really deep in the pores but also on the surface of the skin. And this again is great for people with acne. If you really want to clear all that gunk from deep in your pores, tropic acid is a really, really good acid to use for that. And it does break down the glue that holds together dead skin cells. So again, it's getting rid of all those skin cells that are dead, making way for this new, gorgeous, plump, smooth skin. Obviously, in turn, giving you a nice, smooth, plump look. And it has skin calming properties as well, which again is really good for people who have sensitive skin. And maybe someone who is very acne prone, excuse me, I've got an itchy eye, and also sensitive. Tropic acid is safe for you guys to use. So do look for that in ingredients if that is something that you're interested in. So BHAs overall, again, I'm not going into every single one, it's just the main ones that I think you guys should know about. It's really good for acne, blackheads, whiteheads, any sort of spot type issues that you have. And it's anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. Antibacterial would be great for people with acne. If you're like me and you can't resist popping, I know it's bad because the bacteria from our hands can cause infection and cause it to spread, and that has happened to me twice before in my life. It was horrific. It literally spread all over my face. I had to have antibiotics and antibiotic cream. It was gross. So I can't, sort of tell people what to do because I have done it myself. But if you can, please don't pop. And if you do have to pop, please use some tissue, because even when we wash our hands throughout the day, bacteria gets on our hands and it can just cause so many problems like impetigo and stuff like that, and it is so not worth it. As I say, I've experienced it. You don't want to go there. Now I'm going to talk about other actives and acids, and one that we've probably all heard of is hyaluronic acid. Now hyaluronic acid doesn't function like an AHA or a BHA in the sense that it doesn't exfoliate. It's very nourishing and hydrating for the skin, so especially with people with dry skin, it'll be suitable for you. But also I will say to oily people, don't just exfoliate. We do need to add some hydration sometimes for our oily skin, because stripping it completely of oil, your skin thinks, oh my gosh, I've got no oil, and then it rushes to produce more oil, and then more oil in turn produces more acne. So we do still need to have some hydration, and hyaluronic acid, I have got some products to show you later. It is a good way to add hydration even if you're oily, but also it's great for dry skin. And they're good, hyaluronic acid, to apply after an exfoliating acid. So as an example, I've used my salicylic acid, which is an exfoliator of the skin, and it is safe and good to put on hyaluronic acid afterwards just to add some moisture back into the skin, so it is not stripped completely. And the benefits of hyaluronic acid, so it's great for alleviating dry skin, which we've kind of already said, reducing fine lines and wrinkles. So if you're like me, I'm just starting to get under my eyes now. Start with the hyaluronic acid, brilliant for sort of anti-aging properties, good for skin cell production, and smooths and plumps skin, so therefore giving it a more youthful appearance. Next, sorry, that is my microphone thing just come off. God, that scared me to death. Let me try again. Please don't do that again. That really scared me. I thought we had a ghosty woasty then. Just gonna have a drink, one sec. Another thing, water. Invest in a big water bottle. Your skin loves you if you drink so much water. Obviously water's great for other things as well, but for skin it really is the way to go. Keep drinking. Anyway, collagen is next. Again, we've probably all heard of this. So what is collagen? Collagen is the main structural protein in the body's skin. It improves skin elasticity, it reduces wrinkles and fine lines, again, so anti-aging, and it increases the blood flow to the skin and plump skin. And our skin naturally makes collagen, but using a collagen product will help sort of boost or increase that collagen production, which in turn makes us look more youthful, more healthy, more glowy. So collagen's a good one. Next up is peptides. So peptides are amino acids that build the blocks of important proteins needed by the skin. So we do need peptides for our skin. So there are millions of peptides. I did research. I mean, obviously I know a bit, about skincare and stuff, but I didn't realise how many millions of peptides there were. But there are two that I've picked out in particular that I think are really important for our skin, and I would say it's definitely worth looking for products with these two peptides in, and they are tetrapeptides and hexapeptides. So have a look at that in your skincare ingredients, have a little look on the back, or if you're looking for a product, put it in Google. They are two really, really important peptides that we need for our skin to really keep building healthy skin, lots of protein, so look for them. They have specific physical properties that our skin needs, and we need it to look good, to firm the skin, so again a bit anti-aging, so it's not sort of the skin isn't drooping. It will help sort of firm it, improve skin barrier, reduce wrinkles, and to clear acne and ease inflammation. So again, there's so many things that peptides do, and I find that actually with quite a lot of these actives, they're sort of multi-purposeful. There's so many things that they do. And then retinol. Now, I do have to do a bit of a disclaimer after I've sort of gone through retinol, just because it can be irritating to the skin. So obviously I can advise on how to not get irritated skin, but we'll get to that. Retinol is a fat organic compound, and it's a derivative of vitamin A. It exfoliates skin, so again I would say it's very, very good for oily, acne prone people, but don't not use a retinol if you're dry. A retinol every now and again would be safe because it has got other good benefits to it, not just that. It stimulates collagen production, which we've just spoke about collagen. It thickens the skin and can improve uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation. So if you do struggle with uneven skin tone, retinol is really, really, really good for that. But I would say it's very, very important in the treatment of acne. Obviously, I would recommend seeing a dermatologist if you can, because they can give you prescription-only retinoids that you can't get over the counter, that if you are struggling with acne will really, really help you. But again, it does have to be supervised by a dermatologist because of the side effects that can come with it. So anyway, to be effective, normally we'll say, I would start, and again we're going to get into percentages, so I would probably say grab a notebook and just write this down, maybe go through it again if there's some things that you're interested in and want to write down. So, and I would say that really, really listen to this retinol part, because I don't want anyone to go and buy a massively high percentage and ruin their skin. So, to be effective, you'll need to use at least 0.25% retinol in a product, example a serum or a cream, or 0.025 tretinoin, which is basically another form of retinol. It's a bit more potent, so therefore you need the lower percentage. So please write that down, because I don't want anyone to irritate their skin. Start with a small percentage, like I said, and then if you use a small percentage and there's no irritation and you've used it for a while, you can then gradually increase your percentage of retinol. Obviously, when you increase it, it will give you more benefits, but obviously, as I've said, please be careful with the side effects. I would see a dermatologist if you have sensitive skin. I would recommend either talking with them or a GP before using retinol, just in case it does irritate your skin. I would also say that I would probably start using it mid-20s, early 30s, just for that reason, and obviously to get the best benefit from it. but when used properly, it can be so effective with treating acne and hyperpigmentation and stuff. So I hope that helps. And the last sort of active that I want to talk about is niacinamide. And niacinamide is a form of vitamin B3. It helps build cells within the skin and protect from environmental stresses such as sunlight, pollution and toxins. And it's quite good for treating acne and acne scarring again. So it's definitely worth looking at a product with niacinamide in. And then the next important thing, are there any products or acids or actives that you can't use together? The simple answer is yes. Don't use an alpha and a beta and a retinol together. When the two active ingredients are used together, they can cause super excessive dryness, which in turn can cause redness and irritation, which obviously we don't want that to happen to anyone's skin. I would recommend that if you do want to use all of these three things, either using them at different times of the day. You can use AHAs and BHAs together, but obviously just do your research and be careful. But to add a retinol in there with those two, just make sure that you use it at different times of the day or on different days. And then we're just going to talk about basic skincare routine, super basic. So for someone that's really wanting to start their skincare or maybe start afresh and with all these sort of new actives and stuff and these big words are thinking, I literally don't know what to do. Literally, we'll start. First is cleanse, washing the face. That's the first step. Second step is toning, which is balancing out the pH of the skin. And then moisturising and hydrating, which obviously softens the skin. And you're thinking, well, that's fine, I have a cleanser, a toner and a moisturiser, but what about all these serums and masks and all these things that we've got to use? So basically, stick to that routine, the cleanse, tone, moisture. Now, serums come before cream, so I would suggest cleansing, toning, putting on your serums and use the serums thinnest to thickest and then go in with your cream, your moisturiser. It's as simple as that basically. And I will say that if you wear makeup like me quite often, sometimes a simple face wash cleanse is not enough. And even if you've got oily skin, I would totally recommend going in with an oil cleanser. And how I would use that is I'd just get some of these cotton pads. I'd put lots of the nice oil cleanser, you know, whichever that you want. Maybe it's got some actives in, it's totally up to you. And then really massage circular motions all over that face. And I would do that, I know it sounds a long time, for at least 4 or 5 minutes. And that really helps just to get deep in the pores, because most makeup items have a lot of oils in them, and the only way you're going to get rid of oils is by an oil breaking it down, i.e. your oil cleanser. So just keep doing that, about 4 or 5 minutes, get really deep in there, make sure it's all unclogged, and then I would do another type of cleanser. So a face wash cleanser, maybe a gel cleanser, it's totally up to you. So basically you're doing a double cleanse when you're wearing makeup. Oil first, and then either your gel or, you know, a foam one, is totally up to you. And then do your toning, serums, thinnest to thickest, and then moisturiser. And now we're at the part where I get to show you some products. So we'll start with cleansing, we'll start with the routine. The one that I absolutely love and would recommend for people suffering with acne is this one by Cetaphil, and it is the Oily Skin Cleanser. I think it retails for about £6-7. You can get it from places like Boots. There are the chemists available, obviously, that you can get it from, and online stores. It took a good month at least for this to really start working. But I literally woke up one day and my skin started to clear, and this was the only product I'd changed at the time, and it's brilliant. What I will say is I use it in the morning and at night, just because I really want to get the benefit from it. And it removes excess oil and it doesn't dry the skin, which is really important. It's not a cleanser for oily skin, but it leaves your skin feeling really dry. It's very, very gentle, great for sensitive skin. They also do a range for dry skin. So if you've got super dry skin, I definitely recommend looking at that range by Cetaphil. This is probably my #1 cleanser, which I love for oily skin. Other ones I'd recommend are Nip and Fab, and this is their salicylic acid cleanser, pink, and it smells nice. We've got niacinamide in there, and that is to support the control of oil in the face. Salicylic acid, which obviously is great, we know, for acne. So it has got actives in there. I picked this up again from Boots. There are other chemists, obviously get it online, but that's another really good one to try. And then for oil cleansing, I really like this, and it's from the Body Shop, and it's the chamomile one, and it's really calming for the skin. So obviously if you suffer with sensitive skin, redness, acne, it's very calming, and I really like that about this. As you can see, it is very well loved. Look how much I've used already, and that I would use for removing makeup, and then I would go in with this after to do a double cleanse. Now Cetaphil also do this, which is a gentle exfoliating cleanser, which I really like, and that is for dry, oily and combination, so it's all skin types. Again, very good for sensitive skin. It's a very, very gentle exfoliation, which doesn't leave the skin too dry, and that is that. Definitely recommend if you are maybe wanting to exfoliate a few times a week. I would definitely recommend that as an exfoliating cleanser. Another one, if you are on a budget, like super budget, is Primark. I've got a few of their skincare products here. Absolutely recommend it. Really good for budgets, and actually their products are very, very good. And this is from the Clear and Cool range, which sort of targets oily skin and acne. And it's got tea tree and witch hazel. Tea tree, I've got loads of tea tree products, brilliant for acne, very antibacterial, so if you sort of get very angry yellow, red spots, tea tree I would suggest is a very good product. And this is almost like minty. It's obviously the tea tree, and it leaves that sort of coolness on your face, and it's very exfoliating as well, but it's quite nice for on a hot day and you just want to feel a bit cool. I definitely recommend that. I think that was something ridiculous, like £2 or something. It really is a bargain. I think that's it for cleanse. So now I'll get on to the only toner I use, although I did say this weekend I'm going to go out and buy a glycolic acid toner, because I really want to add that active into my skincare. And this is the Body Shop Tea Tree. I have the complete range, and I can't speak highly enough of it for people with oily, acne-prone skin. They do obviously do total other ranges, so if you've got dry skin, just go on their website, have a check out of their products, and obviously they are vegan and cruelty-free, which obviously all products should be cruelty-free in my view. But yes, this is their skin clearing mattifying toner. Excellent product, definitely recommend. I don't have any of the toning products yet, because that is literally the only ones I use. So now I'm going to get on to serums with actives. So I will start with Superdrug. I have their salicylic acid and Cica booster, and that is a 2% salicylic acid, which I think is the strongest percentage that you can get over the counter for a salicylic acid product, and that is a serum. Next, I have my peptide booster, the same range by Superdrug, and I really like this range, the Me Plus range. They do loads of different actives, so pop down to Superdrug and have a look, definitely worth it. This is for peptides. They do usually have a deal like buy one get one half price sort of thing. They retail for about £8 on average each, but they do last a while. The next one, hyaluronic acid, as you can see, it's very well loved. I have got a big bottle of that. Even though I'm oily, like I said, it's important to still add that hydration. So that is that. Now I'm going to go on to Primark's serums with actives. First up, niacinamide 10%. Complexion calming niacinamide with 1% zinc, and it's got hyaluronic acid and B5. I think this was £4 for this bottle. Absolutely amazing. Get yourself down to Primark, have a look. Next one is the retinol. I was really surprised that Primark do a retinol, and it is 0.5%. Obviously, I would suggest starting at 0.25. That would be my advice. Although I do have fairly sensitive skin and I haven't had any irritation from the 0.5% retinol serum. Primark again, I think about £4, which is a very good price. Now this is collagen and it's from Rodial, and it is expensive. It's £30 for this tiny bottle. Basically, you can put it on as a serum, just a collagen serum, or you can add a few drops into your moisturiser that you use at night time. Either way, obviously, I've been using it to put in my moisturiser just to save the product, as it is pricey. It's 15ml, £30. But again, a brilliant product from Rodial. I found this in TK Maxx, and this is Super Glow Face Serum, Vitamin C and Rosehip. I use this sometimes, not all the time, because I do have another vitamin C favourite, which is next, but it's a very nice serum, brilliant for brightening dark spots and stuff like that. But this is my go-to vitamin C, and it is the Revolution Skincare London 12.5% vitamin C. It's gorgeous. It smells a bit like oranges, and the feeling of it on your skin, especially when you're oily. Sometimes serum can feel over oily and greasy, but this isn't, and neither is the Superdrug ones. They're really nice formula for oily skin. This was £16. I would say out of everything, my total recommended products are the Cetaphil and the vitamin C. And then the last few products, this is a tea tree mask, which I don't use like every night. It is a night mask. I use it a few times a week, and it feels like jelly, like, you see, it's like jelly, and it's fabulous. And obviously it's tea tree, so from the Body Shop range, it smells of tea tree, and it just feels amazing on the skin. It's just got this fabulous texture that I've never sort of seen in a skincare product. And now moisturisers, I do have the Body Shop Tea Tree. It is an oil control one. It's not greasy on the skin, very nice. Again, if you are dry skinned, because I don't just want it to be about oily skinned, I again would look at different ranges from the Topshop or Cetaphil. They do moisturisers as well. Obviously they cater for oily, and they do a dry skin range, so if you're dry, I would check that out. And this one I really love from Clarins, and it is a mattifying hydrating cream. So brilliant obviously for oily, but even for dry, If you're not into sort of, you know, some moisturisers can feel over greasy. This, oh, just, it smells a bit like rose, and it just feels like, I don't know, caramel, just that gorgeous soft caramel. I know I compare everything to food, but it's just gorgeous. £22 for a tub. However, it is a big tub and it does last. It's the My Clarins range. And I just want to add one last thing before we say goodbye again. If you do want to do a face mask, I have seen some ridiculously expensive ones. I have someone who I know who paid £350 for the Dior Skin Caviar, and it did nothing but make them greasy and break them out. I am not dissing Dior, and I'm not saying that it's not suitable for everybody, but I just want people to be aware that you don't have to spend £350. I often get these masks. I got, obviously this one's from Boots. Primark for 80p do fantastic sheet masks. Loads of serum in it, makes your skin feel gorgeous. 80p, but this is just an example. One I've got is a hyaluronic acid one from Boots, £1.50. Please don't spend £350. I mean, if you can and you want to, that's fine, but I just think that there's some absolute bargain skincare out there without spending all that money, and you can spend that on a nice holiday or whatever you want to spend it on. So that will be all today. I really hope that this guide has helped some people. If there is any questions or comments, obviously comment. Please like, share, subscribe. The next video I'm doing will be a bridal makeup tutorial, and I love you guys so much. Keep safe. Mwah. See you next time.